and renal capsule. Every internal organ, it is surrounded by a huge amount of fat. This fat helps in giving the protection, okay? Because it acts like a shock absorber to the organ. When you are jumping, walking, dancing, at that time it may be undergone by some mechanical shocks. At that time this fat will give the protection to the internal organs as well as to the kidney. Okay? Now I am removing the fat present around the kidney. Fat present around the kidney. So this is the external structure of the kidney. The kidney is the bean-shaped structure. Kidney has the two portions. The upper portion is convex portion. The lower portion is called concave portion. Okay? In the concave portion of the kidney, you observe children, in the concave region of the kidney, a notch-like structure is present. See here, in the concave region of the kidney, a notch-like structure is present. This notch-like structure of the kidney is called hilum. Notch-like structure of the kidney is called hilum. Through the hilum, there are three tube-like structures arise. And one tube-like structure that is called renal artery that is enters into the kidney. But another two tube-like structures, they are coming out of the kidney. One tube going into the kidney and two tubes coming out of the kidney. And the name the vessel which is going into the kidney, that is called renal artery. And what are the two vessels which are coming out of the kidney? They are, one is the renal vein, and the second one is the ureter. And what are those functions? For example, renal artery. Renal artery carries the oxygenated blood into the kidney, but that blood is loaded with a huge amount of impurities. So like that, the blood enters into the kidney through the renal artery. That is oxygenated blood, but that is impure blood. That means impure oxygenated blood enters into the kidney through the renal artery. And what kind of blood carried out from the kidney into outside through the renal vein? The blood, it is removed from the kidney into outside, that is carried by the renal vein. The type of blood carried by the renal vein, that is deoxygenated pure blood. It is coming out of the kidney through the renal vein. But the renal artery, renal vein, both are seen near the notch-like structure of the kidney, that is called hilum. And another whitish structure is seen here. Whitish tube-like structure is seen here. That whitish structure is called ureter. The ureter coming out of the kidney, from the kidney it is enters into urinary bladder. And such that there are two ureters coming out of the two kidneys, and one from each side, and finally they are opens into urinary bladder. Now we are going to observe the internal structure of the kidney. To observe the internal structure of the kidney, we need to take the longitudinal section of the kidney. Now see here, this is the LS of kidney. In the LS of kidney, there are two regions are present. The upper region, which color it is? Brown, deep brown in color. What is the region? Deep brown in color in the LS of kidney, that is called cortex of the kidney. The other region which is present towards the hilum, that is called this region. This region of the kidney is called medulla. In the medulla of the kidney, there are so many, that means about 9 to 12 pyramid-like structures are present. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so more. Okay? There are 9 to 12 pyramid-like structures are present. These pyramid-like structures of the kidney are called renal pyramids. And these renal pyramids, they are opens into calyces minor. And all the calyces minors of the renal pyramids, they are opens into calyces major. And the calyces major of the kidney, it is open into widened part of the ureter, that is called pelvis. And the pelvis of ureter opens into ureter, and the ureter opens into urinary bladder. Urinary bladder, and the urinary bladder opens into urethra. Urethra opens outside through the urethral meatus. Urethral meatus. Okay, come forward. Okay. In the LS of kidney, listen carefully. In the LS of kidney, there are two regions are present. The deep brown in color, outer region is called. The outer region, it is in deep brown in color, that is called cortex of the kidney. And the other region which is present inner side of the kidney, that is called medulla of the kidney. In the medulla of the kidney, there are 9 to 12 pyramid-like structures are present. Those are called renal pyramids. Renal pyramids opens into renal papilla. Renal papilla. A renal papilla opens into calyces minor. Calyces minor opens into calyces major. This calyces major, this whitish structure, this calyces major opens into the widened part of the ureter. The widened part of the ureter is called pelvis. And the pelvis opens into ureter, and the ureter opens into urinary bladder. Urinary bladder opens into urethra. Urethra opens outside through the urethral meatus. Urethral meatus. This urethral meatus, it is present on the tip of the glans penis. So this is the longitudinal section of the kidney. But how this internal structure of the kidney is made up of? The internal structure of this total internal structure of the kidney, it's made up of a structure that is called uriniferous tubule, that is also called nephron,